Okay, guys, so I'm sitting here with Ampy, aka Catnapp, our guest for last Addict of this year. Hey.
Hi.
Okay, so how are you enjoying Prague? You've been here before a couple of times, I've heard already. You already played in Me Factory on a party you don't remember, though. I don't blame you, I wouldn't remember it either. Okay, so one of my first questions on you is, why did you leave Argentina and why did you move to Berlin?
Do you want me to hold this? Or you want?
No, you cannot.
We can trade it. Okay. I left Berlin because in Argentina it's so hard to make music and make a living, and like people have so many problems that you don't even have time to think about making music. Kind of. You have to solve so many other things. It's so stressful and it's so aggressive. And I really wanted to go further and explore music and just try different things, be inspired by different people and places. So I decided to move to Europe. I didn't know that I was going to end up in Berlin. I thought that I was going to live in London, but then I went to London and I hated it.
It's fucking crazy in London, yeah. Like
I'm making this interview now.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I always wanted to move. always wanted to move to London, but then again, like you have a couple of days there, and you realize that it's so overwhelming and crazy that you just decide to stay somewhere else. But
Berlin, which is really chill.
Yeah, Berlin is a nice choice actually for everyone these days, I guess.
Yeah.
Back in Argentina, how did you get into music? What is the music industry, the underground music industry in Argentina back then?
I started making music at a very young age. My grandfather was a jazz piano player and my family was into music since I was a kid, so it was like always in the family. I graduated high school and I started studying electronic music production. So I just started making music like professionally in around 2006 or something, but I was always making music. And the underground scene in Argentina, music scene is amazing. It's so diverse and so strong and driven. You know, people have so much drive because, as I was saying before, you know, we have a lot of problems, but at the same time, it's like also it feeds you to express this anger and express this depression and fury that you have for the system that is there, well, and everywhere. But in Argentina right now, is super shit. So, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. And my other question is, when did you start partying and what kind of parties were you visiting back then? What kind of music, like genres, something like, you know?
I've always loved partying. I love partying. And I always wanted to go to a club ever since I was a kid. There were this like kind of kid clubs, you know, that you could go with your school friends when you were like 10 and it was like at 7 p.m. and your mom would be there and there was like music. So I was like just, I don't know, amazed by this since I was a little girl. So then when I was like 18 and I went to a real club, I was like, Jesus Christ, what is this? I belong here. And I started going to Pacha. I don't know if you had it here too. It's called Pacha in Ibiza. In Argentina, we also had it, Pacha. And so I heard a lot of like, I don't know, minimal, tech house, everything, trance, I don't know. I like almost every kind of music. And I still love partying. I still love clubs. Every time I go into a club and it's a good party, it's amazing. I love it.
You're on the right spot. Nice. Okay, did you have any kind of bands or something when you were younger? Like, you know, some completely different music project? Something you had before Catnapp? Is there anything like that?
Yeah, I did actually, a bunch. I started, I was a DJ, and I DJ'd techno, minimal, tech house, breakbeat, electro, everything also. I also had bands. I played the guitar by myself, and I had like my own project with my guitar, and yeah, I did all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah, I guess that comes with the lifestyle you've chosen while studying music production. You just have to try everything, I guess. So, how is Berlin these days for you? Like, do you have some kind of job or do you live completely from music now?
Well, fortunately now it's the first year I'm able to just do this. So it's great, but it's terrifying at the same time. I was working in a club before, and before that another club, like a sound technician, and afterwards in a like cloakroom or the case or whatever you have. So it was a nice club, so you could make also some contacts. But Berlin now, I don't know, it's also overwhelming. I mean, it's not as overwhelming as London, but everyone is doing art all the time. And you go there because of that, but at the same time, it's like, that's your profession, that's your hobby, and that's the only thing that goes around and that everyone is talking about, which is great, but at some point, is it like, I want to talk about philosophy or like food or cats or whatever. Sometimes it's too much, but I still enjoy it though. I think I still have some time there.
Yeah, I guess that comes with the music industry, especially in Berlin these days. There's a lot of people moving there from all over the world, exactly for this one point. So,
which is really interesting.
It is interesting. It's really funny. I mean, I think it's already happening in Prague as well. Yeah. In the last couple of years, so there is you get to meet a lot of people. I used to hang out with Lapalux, who used to live here back in the days. A lot of people actually moved through Czech Republic recently, so I think we're like the next spot after Berlin gets heavily overcrowded and overpopulated.
Here, then?
Yeah, I mean, actually we would welcome you with a warm heart. We need more people like you. So how are you looking forward for tonight's show? How did you like the setup and the stage and everything?
I am so excited. I'm so excited and scared that I won't leave until it closes. I'm so looking forward to a party with nice music, you know, not the same old thing over and over again. And you guys seem to be like being the masters of knowing how to do that. So I'm really looking forward. Yeah, very excited to hear what you got.
Yeah, goddamn, I can't wait. I can't wait. Also, your label, and I'm not gonna remember the correct name. I think it's Cat something or just Nap, right? Okay, just Nap. So, do you have any visions? What do you want to do? Where you want to move with your label? Maybe get some new artists under your wings or something like that?
Well, actually, I have a new artist, and they're going to be releasing a long play in January. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you anymore because my boss, myself, doesn't know if it's correct yet. But my plan is always to help artists that are just looking for a way to grow up a little bit, to get somewhere or get more exposure. It's like a tiny help that I can give because, again, it's only me. So my vision is to help as much as I can with honesty, like not lying to anyone with what I can or can't do. You know, that's very crucial. When artists want to start, people keep promising them stuff that they can't accomplish. So I just like to be honest to my artists.
That is nice.
Yeah.
That is nice. Yeah, I've seen a lot of conflicts these days between labels and the DJs and producers, and it's kind of sad that people are actually capable of, if I can be rude, fucking each other over all the time, and it's, yeah. So that's the greatest intention you have in that.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because you also are handling artists' emotions. You know, you're suddenly on the other side, and you realize, oh, so this is what the label was doing, and this is what I was thinking that they were doing, but actually they were doing something else. They were not trying to fuck me up. They were trying to blah blah. And you start to learn all these things, and you try to communicate it to the artist. You know, like, listen, I'm not gonna fuck you up. It's just like it's how it works sometimes. You know, and yeah, it's hard, but I still love doing it.
Yeah, I can imagine it might be pretty difficult. Yeah. And my last question is, how did you actually get in the Mode Selector label?
Oh, well, actually, I was...
Monkey Town, is it? Monkey Town Records? Yeah.
Yes. I was working at the club that I was working at in Berlin, at and they throw a monthly party there. So I was just working in the Kasse, and just at the end of my shift, I was just listening to the remaining music of the party, and the tour manager at the time from them was there, and we just started talking, and at some point we talked about music, and that I made music, and that I should send the label some demos, and I was like, yeah, haha, I will send them. And I did, and it worked out, so it was great.
That's amazing, wow. I like that. Are you planning some kind of tour, maybe in spring or something next year, something big, maybe America, back to Argentina?
I hope so. I'm touring all the time though. I'm touring now, and I'm gonna tour until I don't know the end of the tour.
Maybe you're gonna be touring until the end of days, I guess, right? It's crucial, but it's gonna happen at some point. Okay, thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all the chat. Hopefully we're gonna enjoy your show, but I think I'm gonna go fucking wild in the mosh pit for the first time. So we're saying bye to Footshop, guys, and enjoy the rest of the evening.